Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound, and I got a good one for you today. All right, so you've seen a few of my other videos highlighting the top 5 list of Lincoln cents, nickels. Tonight we're going to do Roosevelt Dimes, one that I've been waiting for a while, and one that has gotten a lot of appeal among YouTubers around, especially the coin collectors and some of my subscribers. So here we go. So Roosevelt Dimes, okay, the design has remained largely unchanged for a long time, which makes them a lot more appealing in the sense that they're readily available in all grades. All right, but what exactly are the hot grades when it comes to Roosevelt Dimes? And specifically the 1980s, okay? And I know it's kind of a random decade, but there are a lot of valuable Roosevelt Dimes to be found during this decade, primarily because, you know, the U.S. Mint didn't really care too much about the quality of the coins. A lot of the strike was bad. But let's quickly talk about what exactly we're looking for as a qualifier in order to have a really nice, pricey, expensive Roosevelt dime. All right, as you can see from this photo, your coin is going to exhibit full strike on the reverse. All right, so you're going to have fully defined separated lines on the top set of bands and the bottom set of bands on the torch. In addition, you're going to have really good definition in the fascies that run up and down, which are the sticks that make up the torch, and a fully defined bottom line where the bottom of that torch is. So as long as you have all of these elements in mind when it comes to cherry picking a really nice Roosevelt dime, then you know you will have a candidate for one that will become an extremely high grade. All right, so what are you going to do with your dime once you find it? Okay, there are a few things you would have to do. You would have to submit it to a third-party grader like PCGS or NGC. You have to get the blessings of the high grade from either of those companies in order to market it through like an auction house like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, Stack's Bowers, or even eBay. So in order to get quite a bit of money, you do have to do a little legwork. You have to spend a little bit of your own money, but it is a little bit of a investment, you know, that will go into making you a lot more. Okay, that's why they call it cherry picking and flipping for a profit. All right, a lot of people do it. I do it myself, but in any event, that's how it all works. So let's go ahead and run down the top 5 list of Roosevelt dimes. Okay, the first one is actually a really nice one, and it's a tougher date out there, and that's the 1982P. Now, the 1982 also comes in a missing mint mark variation, but we're not going to cover variations in this video. In this particular video, we're going to only be looking at business strike, non-proof coinage. This is really coins that you could find in pocket change or in brilliant uncirculated rolls and even mint sets. So any one of those type of avenues will be suitable to finding a high grade coin. All right, so the 1982 is top on the list. The top grade for a 1982 thus far has been a mint state 67 plus, okay, which tosses around a really nice figure of $3,000. It is one of the highest graded coins that has been found in the 1980s Roosevelt dimes, so it's definitely something worth looking for because they are worth a lot of money. All right, and number 4 on the list is the 1983P full bands. Okay, every single one of these high grade coins will exhibit the full bands, and it will be notated on the graded slab as well. But the 1983P comes in at my number 4 pick, where the top grade has only been a 67 in this one through PCGS. Now, the value for a 67 is around $1,750. Okay, the 1982 that you saw in the number 5 slot for a 67 plus is $3,000. So the pricing will be really similar. The 1983 is a tougher date because there are no mint sets produced during 82 and 83. The 83 gets the slight nod as far as the rarity factor, and therefore I could see this coin exceeding over $3,000 if a mint state 67 plus is achieved. So this is my number 4 pick. My number 3 pick is also a pretty relative relatively scarce date in itself for high grades, and that's the 83 Denver. The 83D comes in at my number 3 pick, and this coin right here in a mid-state 67 is $400 more in that grade level than the 83P. All right, so $21.50 is what we're looking at as a conservative estimate for a mid-state 67 full bands 83D. This is a truly stunning coin and a really challenging coin to find in rolls and pocket change and everything else. So this would be my number 3 pick. All right, and number 2, we're almost to number 1, but the number 2 pick is a truly rare coin to find with a hammered full bands reverse torch, and that's the 1980D. All right, the 1980D is the first year in the long-standing 1980s decade. All right, what makes it especially tough is the strike properties of the 1980 specific date is all across the board horrible, which makes it kind of a diamond in the rough if you're trying to look for a full bands coin. All right, but if you did find one, you will be well rewarded. All right, at this time, the highest grade is only a mid-state 66 with the full split bands. At that grade level, it's $2,200. So imagine if you were able to find a mid-state 67. If the 83D at 67 is $2,150, you could almost imagine what a mid-state 67 80D would be, and it could very well be upwards of $4,000. Okay, that would be my estimate on the 80D, and that's why I placed it at my number 2 coin. So there's got to be a really nice coin, a really scarce chase piece to take over the number 1 slot, and you guys will not be disappointed. All right, and my top choice for the top 5 Roosevelt Dimes in this lot is the 1980 Philadelphia. Talk about rare. The highest grade with full split bands is only mid-state 64. Okay, even at that grade level, the coin consistently kind of estimates out at $1,250. Now keep in mind, that is a mid-state 64. That is a rather pedestrian grade by anyone's standards when it comes to registry sets. So if a 64 is $1,250, how much do you think a 65 would be? $2,500? $3,000? There are no 65s in existence of this particular date because it is so scarce. All right, so you can imagine what a 66 would be. 67. I would say, conservatively, all things considered, the 1980 is probably one of the rarest coins to find with a full hammered strike in a 67 grade. If it were to happen that something comes up, someone finds a truly remarkable specimen out there, a 67 might even top $10,000. That's what's on the line. That's what's at stake when it comes to finding these full strike, full split band coins of the 1980s. The 1980 can very well be the most expensive Roosevelt dime in the modern clad era. Okay, take that in for a second, really chew it in. The 1980p, all right, gets the award for my top coin in my top 5 list. And I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful list. All right, it's you know, use it as kind of a buyer's guide when you're out there coin roll hunting, you know, buying at a dealer or a show, and you know, really look out for these coins. They are out there. All right, at one point or another, the Mint employees have crafted these dies to perfection so that way you get the hammered strike. All right, so it's really going to matter of finding that one example that'll, you know, really set it apart from the rest. So I'd love to hear you guys' comments. Okay, go ahead and post them below. If you like the content, go ahead and hit the like button for me, and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm Blue Ridge Silverhound, and it was a pleasure talking about my top 5 list of 1980s Roosevelt Dimes. It was a lot of fun, and you know, I challenge you guys to go out there and look for these coins. They are out there, and I'd love to hear some of the success stories coming through. In any event, you know, I will wish you guys a wonderful evening, and we'll talk more coins sooner or later. All right, keep hunting, keep stacking, keep collecting. Enjoy it for what it is. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.